Okay, let's see if Cassandra has something new to say.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Hmm.
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Okay.
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
Well,
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
probably not.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Um, if I was a male character, I would go for that, but Cassandra is not into women, so we can just, yeah, let's go for this.
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pendergast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarre's royal family?
The Pendergasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all.
Wow.
And they have them. Oh yes. The Pendergasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pendergasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Okay.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Alright, touchy subject.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Mortalitasi. Is this something like, what are they called? The Moon Watchers?
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
It's interesting to play this now after the Veilguard because we get some... Because we know more about the Morn Watchers and the Mortalitasi from Navarra. It's interesting.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
Okay.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things.
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
Okay.
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yeah.
It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
Well.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral that I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy gratitude. Many of them died at the conflict.
An impressive tale. I can see why people enjoy telling it.
Just wait till they start telling stories about you.
Sure.
I'll let you get back to work.
So, we do have two more topics to talk with here, but it would take a long time, and I'd rather talk to her later about this. Superior Vanguard armor, heavy armor. What do we got there? Only Cassandra could wear it. Level 9, so we'd have to wait a bit. Okay. And weapons, also for Cassandra. Okay, not really needed. I see. Accessories. Amulet of Power only for Varric. And this is only for Solus. Maybe I should give them to them, because why not? Can I not? Ah, this is the Varric one. I thought this was the one. Ah, no, he already has it. I'm sorry. I thought I had not given it to him yet. Okay, cooldown amulet. Okay. Now I can give them one extra point. For Solus, we'll go into ice magic because we want to go to ice armor. Would we rather go for wall of ice or ice mine? I think we'll go for ice mine. Yep, ice mine. And Varric. Should I go for the throwing blades? I think he doesn't actually need throwing blades. Maybe here into something easy to miss. Yeah, that would be good. Alright. Then let's talk to Cullen. So I believe if we come back another time and talk to her about the other options, that would be better. It would not take so much time now, and we still have time later to talk to them. Because I don't think there's anything new I could talk with Varric about now. Cullen?
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
The Conclave destroyed, a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Oh well.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Alright. Do you have anything more to say? If we have the time, I would go for the one topic if possible.
Did you need something?
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Okay.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the chant of transfiguration wasn't the most exciting task. And I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages, that sort of thing?
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
Oh,
Life of
I didn't want to
service
take
and
that one.
sacrifice. Are Templars also expected to give up physical temptations?
Physical? Why... Why would you... That's not expected. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission. Some may choose to give up more to prove their devotion, but it's not required.
I'm not going further into this, but it was nice to see him chuckle a bit.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
Well, he's right about that.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars as our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13. That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Alright.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's harem, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
True that.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Okay, for the next topic, we come back another time. Alright. The exclamation mark is still there. I don't know why. Won't go away, I guess. Let me see what I can sell here, because we don't need much of it. Masterwork Vanguard armor. This is heavy armor. I'll keep this for Cassandra if it is better than her current one, yes. Actually, she could wear it. Why don't I give it to her? Cassandra. Yeah, why not? Okay. Anything else for Solus? There's nothing here. He could wear this one, but I prefer to give him light armor there. Varric. Yeah, I'll keep the assassin armor for when he's ready for it. For weapons. Bow of the Dragon, I wanted to keep that. Cassandra. I can sell the Ferelden Captain Longsword, it's not as good. Yeah, it's not as good. And shields. I'll keep the Mercenary Captain shield, because that's really good. Alright, so let's see. Sell. Snake Blade. I would like to keep at least 2 daggers for later on. Keeper Eye Staff. Level 4, that can go, because it's... Because Solus would have given it to Solus if it was good enough. Open Captain Longsword, Daily Slasher as well. Then here... Superior Vanguard Mail, that's the one that Cassandra was wearing before. This is also heavy. This is heavy. And this cannot be worn by anyone at the moment. Okay.
Can you really put a price on the love of Andraste?
Okay, let's see. I think we already talked about everything with Varric. Okay, that was
Carry
all.
on.
Yeah, that's what I meant. If I had spoken only about one topic with him, we would have had another topic now, but since we've already had everything... I think that's the same with Solus. I think we've talked with him about everything, but let's see.
Greetings.
Yeah,
We'll talk later.
there's nothing else left. I wish that was the same with Varric, that I wouldn't have seen this. Like, that it was already clear that I had every topic learned. Increase healing, we would need more elf fruit for that. Okay, Lyrium Potion, tonics, nothing yet. Grenades, pitch grenade is the only thing. I could learn how to make better pitch grenades. Increases duration. Enemies caught in the pitch suffer 25% extra damage from all sources, inflict 25% less damage. Okay. Can I do both? No, I'm missing some Blood Lotus. Okay. Equip potions. We don't have that one yet unlocked. I think I'll unlock it as soon as possible.
You're back. And in one piece.
No, nothing new.
Farewell.
Alright, let's see if we can talk to Liliana. And then I wanted to go to the Black Emporium. But there's also a side quest here.
How do you think they'll close that huge
Liliana?
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We
Oh,
were
wait.
friends once.
Wait, what are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
And you'd kill him, just like that.
You find fault with my decision?
I'm sure most of your decisions are fine, but That one, a little extreme.
Extreme? Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
Okay, but do you have to kill him? You could bring him in and then question him. You don't have to kill him, you can put him into a cell.
Now is precisely the time for ideals.
You feel very strongly about this. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Well, but yeah, I think it was the right thing to say that. There's a side quest here, probably once I enter. Yeah.
Don't need some old woman in Val.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter. You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
There is one other matter.
Okay.
Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
So you're telling me this because...
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
Okay.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Okay, a Grey Warden. Huh. There's a side quest here. With whom? Still outside? Yeah, it's outside. Krem.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Okay.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Alright.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
Okay.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Alright, another side quest. Let's see on the map if there's any new thing. Okay, this is the one that we had before, I see. Okay, nothing else then. Let's go.
Oh, Creator, see me kneel.
Yeah, Josephine. We could talk to Josephine as well.
Ah, Lady Trevelyan. May I have a moment?
Sure, just see if I can turn in. Okay, nothing. Okay.
Yes, Ambassador?
I'd like to discuss your parents.
Well,
A little sudden, but it's time someone made an honest woman of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious. I'd like to dispatch a courier asking the bands of House Trevelyan to align themselves with us. What are your thoughts? Should we approach your family for their formal support of the Inquisition?
The bands of Trevelyan never turn down a partner if there's something in it for them. From the way my relatives scramble for status, you'd think we were Orlesian.
That depends. How much do they like gold brocade? Valroyo has noted your lineage. It gives the Inquisition some legitimacy, although not so much as we'd hoped.
Why not?
You are from Ostwick. Orlesian nobles consider the free marches somewhat quaint.
Orlesians are just baffled free marchers governing themselves without an empress to hold their hands.
A peasant might get away with that insult, but not someone of your stature. Speaking of which, I should thank you for your patience with the simple quarters. The accommodations in Haven are surely rough for someone of your birth.
oh, I don't think it's a bad thing here.
This can't be what you're accustomed to, Ambassador.
One adjusts. I stay busy. It helps take my mind from our surroundings. And the cold, and the wildlife, and the lack of civilization for miles around.
Yeah.
Why anyone lived here before we found Andraste's ashes, I cannot imagine.
Well,
Having a few leagues of ice between me and whoever wishes me ill can't hurt.
Do not say that too loudly. Chancellor Roderick is still here.
true that.
Until next time, my lady.
Until next time. Okay. Summon the War Council. I saved the game before. Alright. So before I do any of the miscellaneous operations here and there, what do we have here? This is Valrayo,
What have
Chanter
your ears heard,
remains.
Leliana? Anything new we don't already know about?
No.
Champions
nothing.
of the Just. Okay, so let's first of all go to the Black Emporium because I want something else than just talking in this episode, and I think that would be nice to see. The Black Emporium, and we can see how different it is from Dragon Age 2. Voices on the winds speak of a new power and different to the Veilguard, even though I think from the Veilguard it will be very different. Voices on the winds speak of a new power abroad in the world. Inquisition, they whisper, an ancient name restored, a memory rekindled and transformed into a blaze of hope. I hear the whispers and summon the fires of the Inquisition, here in the depths beneath the city of change. Countless mysteries hide in shadow in anticipation of the light. Come, the Black Emporium awaits. Xenon the Antiquarian must spend his days composing melodramatic invitations to his establishment. I imagine being stuck in a chair for centuries leaves one somewhat lacking for entertainment. This particular message was hand-delivered by a cloaked figure at twilight. Precisely as the sun disappeared beneath the peaks, my men spied the courier lurking about our outer gates for at least an hour waiting for sunset. A servant under the command of some very specific instructions, I assume. That aside, I would encourage a visit to the Black Emporium. The Antiquarian's hoard is legendary. Only those he deems worthy ever lay eyes on it. The champion of Kirkwall received an invitation once and reported, among other things, a strange mirror that could transform even flesh and bone. Who knows, we may uncover something that aids in the battle against Corypheus. Forces. You need passage across the waking sea to Kirkwall. That is easily arranged. The ship has been secured. Be wary of what you find in the Black Emporium, Inquisitor. I have heard many frightful tales. Travel, yes. Okay, there we are. And yeah, it doesn't look like it looked like in the Veilguard, which makes sense because the Veilguard, there it is in, is it in Manrathus or in Treviso? I'm not quite sure, but here it looks like in Dragon Age 2, in just a different engine because it is the same location.
Do
and I
not
found it very cool.
antagonize Chauncey the tiny bear. He may be small, but he nips.
Okay. Xenon the Antiquarian. Okay, I don't have to read for all of this now. It's fine. He said there was a mirror as well. Yeah, there's a mirror. What else do we have here? Weapons and accessories. We could buy very, very expensive stuff. Okay, let's not do that. Oh wait, maybe I have some valuables to sell. No, I don't. Okay. Schematics of Legend. Whoa. What else do we have?
Where's my
Crafting
back
materials, schematics, back scratcher. Let's see the Mirror of Transformation. There was one thing I wanted to do. I think the hair is a little bit too light because it looks like red hair if we're outside, at least in Haven. Head and ears. Nope, where is it? Is it under general, the hair? Yes, hair color. The thing is, I can't really see it here if it is brown or red or whatever. Let's go for this one then. Cancel, accept changes. I think it's better now. It's a
I
little
liked
darker.
your old nose better.
I didn't change my nose, you idiot. Look here. Anyways, let's go back to Haven and do the other operations then. Haven. We also have these quests, but I would like to do the operations first before checking out those areas. Do I have to? Okay. I don't know why, but okay.